All right, so let's explain what the fuck's happening with Legion. I've yet to receive a good defense as to why Legion is strong.
What do you
And why
playing?
everybody has to fucking...
By Daylight.
Why everybody has to DC against Legion. I play rank 1 Survivor. I'm a fucking Survivor main. Legion is the easiest fucking thing in the world to deal with. And anybody that can't, it's just like... It's like, what the why? Anyone that just, instead the whole fucking community just sits around bitching like, I don't know what to do about the Legion. So let's talk about what the fuck they're doing to fucking gimp the shit out of his character. So right now, Legion, well, this is what they're doing. Base movement speed increase, base terror radius increase. He's basically gonna move as fast as the plague and have the same terror radius as the plague. Most of the Legion's add-ons are going to be rebalanced or reworked to account for the changes to Feral Frenzy and Deep Wound status effect. Huh, wonder what that can mean. And the Iridescent Button add-on is going to be semi-useful. Feral Frenzy update. So right now, Feral Frenzy, it's simple. It's simple. Just right-click whenever the meter is red. You go into Feral Frenzy, you dash, you can vault faster, you can vault pallets, and you can apply Deep Wound. When you apply Deep Wound once, you can get little heartbeats on anybody else that's within a certain distance of you, if they don't have Deep Wound. If you hit somebody that already has Deep Wound, you're knocked out of Feral Frenzy. If you get Killer Stun, you're knocked out of Frenzy. You can't regular M1 when you're in Feral Frenzy. Yeah, you can only injure people. You can't kill people in Feral Frenzy. So, the recharge time of Feral Frenzy is increased and now requires a full power gauge to use it. Okay, that's fine. Once it has been activated, the Legion must wait until the power gauge is full to be able to trigger the power again. That's fine, that's fair. I usually wait till my meter's full when I use it anyway. I think that's perfectly fine, that's perfectly fair, it's balanced. It works the same way as any other killer. Perfectly fine, nothing wrong with that. The duration of Feral Frenzy is increased. The Legion spends longer in Frenzy. Okay, sure, longer Frenzy, why not? Now I can catch people that are further away. The movement speed of Feral Frenzy is significantly reduced. The Legion moves faster than base speed while in Frenzy, but not as fast as they did before. So, Legion's been given one of the fastest killer run speeds, and Frenzy's still going to be faster. Right now, Frenzy's about as fast as Sprint Burst. So I think at this point, with this change, Sprint Burst will probably be able to outrun Feral Frenzy, which I don't know how I feel about that. We'll have to see how that works in practice. It's if anybody ever touches Legion after this change. I guess I'm fine with that, because it's still a movement speed increase, and you're in Frenzy longer, so I think that kind of balances out. The Legion can no longer see blood pools, in addition to not seeing scratch marks while in Feral Frenzy. I don't know how much big of a difference that's going to be, and I never ran Predator, so like... Actually, no, does Predator even see blood pools? I can't, whenever I play Legion, I hardly notice blood pools when I'm in Feral Frenzy, because when you're in Frenzy, you should be zoning in on a target. You shouldn't be searching for people. You should know where your fucking target is. like that's the whole point of a Feral Frenzy. You're trying to... Feral Frenzy works to the point where you're harmed. You're practically hurt for not applying it to a new person. So, like, what the fuck? Feral Frenzy is immediately and automatically canceled whenever the Legion misses an attack while in Frenzy. I get that people don't like the thing where the Legion will be in Frenzy and just keep stabbing, and I guess they get a small movement thing out of it. I think that's stupid that people do that in the first place, but whatever. This forces you to hit every mark, and now it's going to be like getting those pallet jukes on Legion, which is actually really easy to do. High rank 1 Survivor normally. It's gonna hurt Legion, definitely. Deep Wound, this is where Legion's gonna be now unplayable. Like, this is what's gonna turn Legion into just chase an M1 killer. The Deep Wound timer pauses for survivors within the killer's terror radius, regardless of whether they are in a chase or not. That's stupid. Like, right, so it gets paused right now when you're in chase, which that's fine. That's fair to the survivor. Also, the deep wound timer pauses while mending. That's super unfair for the Legion, because at that point, everybody can, like, if the Legion's tunneling one person, everyone can just get in terror radius or just start mending, and, like, at that point, deep wound's not worth using, because if you're in terror radius or if you're in chase, deep wound's not going to tick down anymore. Also, the killer does not see, so the killer does not see deep wound timer progress. Only deep wound bar to know what to know that deep wound has been applied. That's fine. That makes it so Legion can't tunnel. Well, current Legion would not be able to tunnel people because, like, right now Legion, if he hits somebody with Feral Frenzy and they already have deep wound, the timer just goes down. Well, guess what? But deep wound timer progress is no longer reduced by regular Feral Frenzy attacks, which means you hit somebody who already has deep wound and it will do nothing. I mean, maybe if you're in the middle of mending, it will cancel the mend, but then what? At this point, deep wound is now worthless, because like I was getting at before. So okay, so I get 4 deep wounds up. Now what do? Do I just run around and chase one person while everyone else cleanses men's deep wound? Because that's all I can actually do. All I can actually do is sit there, get all my deep wounds up, and then deep wound's not going to kill anybody. This now eliminates any chance, unless they do add-ons that make it so your Feral Frenzy attacks will reduce the timer, because that's what I think it implies by regular Feral Frenzy attacks. Like, you're going to need, it's going to be like Trapper, and you're going to need very specific add-ons to even do anything with deep wound. And that's this killer's whole deal is deep wound. Like, you have to, if you want to kill anybody with deep wound, you have to keep spamming Feral Frenzy to catch them and lower that timer, and that's the only way that the Legion's ability even works in current patch. I guess too many people are exploiting the thing where if you're chasing somebody and the meter drops down, you just 180 and chase them backwards, like, to drop chase. Like, I guess too many people are abusing that. A lot of people don't know how to deal with that. I've yet to see a good argument, or like any real, I've never yet to see a real argument for why any of this is necessary in the first place. As a rank 1 survivor, I've never felt Legion was overpowered or really powerful. You're going to see a lot less Legions when you see Freddy's. Even right now, you hardly see Legion in high rank. So, like, right now, the only people complaining about Legion are low rank new players, and overall, Legion never really had that powerful of a kid. I mean, sure, if anything, Legion can make a game slow the fuck down, but you already have a ton of players out there now that say, just don't heal against Legion, because all Legion's going to do is M2 against you. And that's what a lot of people will do, is they'll just sit there in M2, in which case, yeah, healing is never really a thing. But now, if I get all 4 deep wounds up, what am I going to do after that? I'm just going to chase somebody and hit M1, because there's zero reason to get back into Feral Frenzy if you have 4 deep wounds up. That's perfect world, obviously, but most of the time, you're only ever in position to get 1 deep wound up on a chase, unless you're willing to completely drop chase and start searching for somebody else, because if you break the Feral Frenzy cycle once, you have to put up a brand new deep wound to get the tracking effect back up. So why not, like, buff that to where the tracking effect is always persistent if deep wound exists once? That would make this a lot more fair. And like, again, Killer Main. I mean, Survivor Main. I'm not Killer Main. I'm Survivor Main. Like, this is just dumb. I've been racking my brain to try to think of what you could potentially do to try to make New Legion work. There's a lot of people praising this change, but it's, again, like, right now, the only people being catered to are people that don't fully understand the game and can't handle current deep wound, and they just can't handle a very slowed down game, which that's what a killer needs to do. A killer needs to be able to slow down the game. That's why I like killers like Legion and Amanda and Freddy. Like, that's where they excel at, is just slowing down the game. And granted, Freddy's one of the weakest killers in the game, but now with this change, Legion's going to be up there. But the killer has so much less opportunities to actually do shit. Has so many less windows of opportunity. He has to make so many less mistakes than survivors. Survivors can just make mistakes all day. They can just infinitely heal themselves and shit. Killer, like, they fuck up in a chase, they lose time, and then, like, time spent in a chase is time working on generators for survivors. So this change is overall just very weak, and it's gonna gimp a very unique and interesting character. And that's my hot take. Dave, any input?
People stuck. Legion points are kind of pointless.
Hey, Dave. And you're someone that hasn't touched fucking Killer in over a year, but you played when Legion first dropped, and you were laughing in the face of every single Legion player.
I don't think I was going that far. It certainly wasn't all that dangerous.
You know, Legion overall is extremely easy to deal with in its current state, and it's dumb. I don't know. That's my hot take. Whatever. Let's get back to more games, I guess.